Hi everyone, welcome to Boss versus Coach. So tonight we are here to talk to you about Boss versus Coach. Boss versus Coach started almost 2 years back with a casual post and then built up into a movement, a journey of transformation, a journey of shift in mindset. Most of you joined us, they start supporting us, and they made it very big. They made it doable. They made it a dream which can be turned to a reality. Your motivation, your encouragement, and continuous support uh, helped us shaping Boss versus Coach into a book. You all have seen the news of cover launch of our book on the New Year's. The book is under publication, and I'm sure you will get to see the book very soon on Amazon and stores near you. But since the book is now turning fast to reach you, I thought me and Olivia should catch up and talk about what that book will bring to you. But before that, I would like to share my experience as to why we picked Boss versus Coach, why I started Boss versus Coach. So, Boss versus Coach is all about bringing that shift in the mindset. Boss versus Coach is all about having the leadership which is beyond task and compliance, which is towards showing empathy to the people who are working for you, who are working with you, and whom you are working for. It is all about empowering. It is all about elevating. It is all about enabling them. It's time that leaders should see people working with them as the future leaders. The leaders should find their success in the success of their team. And drive that is what is driving Boss versus Coach. So Olivia, what's your take on the book and what do you see as the idea behind Boss versus Coach?
Well, I mean, first, I mean, my journey, I've been looking at leadership for quite some time, and it's very clear in my mind that the quality of the leader and their behavior and how they choose to be directly impacts the people in the team and how they feel and therefore their behavior, which directly impacts the quality of the work, the impact on the clients or customers. So the leadership space is so pivotal. And I've done an exercise in lots of places around the world with big groups and with small groups, asking them to talk about the worst leader that they ever had, the worst boss. What were they like? What did they do? And the impact that that had on the team and therefore the work. And then also the very best, the person who really inspired them. What was their actual behavior? How that impacted the team and how that therefore influenced the work. And the answers are the same everywhere because we can all just remember that awful boss who just made going to work awful. And it may be a teacher, it could be a direct boss, it could be seeing someone else's team really suffering, and we know the impact that that has on us. So being a leader, we have choice and we can choose to not be that. We can choose to be the leader that inspires, supports, coaches, brings people along and believes in their development and their opportunities. And so I'm really excited that we've actually caught this in a little book. It's like 200 pages, which is so accessible. I think we've worked really hard at making it practical. We've got 12 chapters that cover a whole load of areas that we have seen to be important. We could probably write another 112 chapters, but we've stuck to these points. And then we've also got an appendix, which is like a little primer for coaching behaviors. And so to me, we've just given something accessible. If people want to make some change, this will help them to do it. And I think that's just a really important. It's not academic, it's not really big, we're not promoting any particular academic approach. We've brought all of our understanding together into a short read, and I hope that people will find that exactly what they need to make the changes that they want to make.
I agree. I agree, Olivia. And I think this was the biggest challenge when we started with the book, that to keep the book light, to keep the book more of experience sharing, that to keep the book in a way that ignites many thoughts in the mind of the readers.
Mm,
I very well understand that this is a vast topic. There is no end to how much and what all you can do to redefine leadership. And as you rightly said, that we can do even 10 books on the same subject, but our idea was to keep it small, to pick topics which we feel are very relevant, easy to understand, and easy to implement. And I'm sure, and I can give this promise to the readers that once they pick this book, they'll feel the delight of reading and they will find the right insights. So, this book is not a guide. This book is not a Bible. This book will not set the rules, but this book will expand the horizons. This
mm,
book will take you beyond boundaries, and this book will help you look out of box and see how can you redefine your leadership style. How can you ensure a leadership with purpose, a leadership with vision.
mm.
So, Olivia, how do you see this book shaping those dreams for the readers?
Well, I think, we've been really careful not to tell people how to be. We're promoting the idea of better coaching skill sets and behaviors, but we're also encouraging people to bring their authentic self. There's no point in us saying you should do this, you shouldn't do that. That's actually to be a directive boss, isn't it? So that's not what we're about. So I think what people will find interesting is they're just bringing themselves to the content and challenging themselves on what they notice. Where are they got strengths? Where have they got areas for development? And we encourage experimentation, seeing what happens for yourself. And that's the essence of adult learning. We try by making little changes, noticing what works, what doesn't, and then moving on. So my hope is that people can pick this up. They might read it from front to back. They might just open a particular chapter on, I don't know, emotional intelligence and think this is something that's kind of interesting. And then they've just got a few things in there that they could try, play with, notice in other people. And like I said before, make a choice. They don't have to do this. No one has to do anything. But hopefully there's some compelling reasons why maybe they should give it a go.
Absolutely. Oh, there are many compelling reasons, I think. The growing need to ensure psychological safety for your teams, the need to have appreciation and appreciation along with a vision, the culture of feedback, which flows both ways, and the feedback which is constructive, the feedback which
Mm,
is visionary. In fact, the culture of inclusivity. So inclusivity is no longer having gender balance. It is
mm,
about having the inclusivity of ideas, inclusivity of thoughts, inclusivity in terms of participation from all, and inclusivity of psychological safety, so
mm,
that people can speak fearlessly and people can attempt success without the fear of falling or fear of failing. So I think this book offers a lot of insightful uh, and content which can really help the leaders to shape how they wish to lead, which can even help the coaches who are gonna be the future leaders
mm,
to see what kind of leader they would like to become. And I think Olivia, last week we had these kids from the B school.
mm,
It is such a delight to see their understanding on leadership. It is such a delight to see
mm,
their clarity on what they would like to see in their leaders. And I think this book is all about bringing that clarity, clearing that chaos, clearing that air from you, and tell you the path which you can pick without ruling that path. I think that's what we have very consciously tried to make this difference in this book.
Yeah, and I think generational differences are really interesting. As I've said it before, and it is so true. I'm a Generation X child, so we were brought up in quite a different way. Our expectations of work, our expectations of leadership. And I've often said it doesn't mean we liked it, but we kind of shut up and got on with it. And I really like that we're talking to millennials and Gen Z, and they're sitting there going, this isn't good enough. We want a better working world. We want it not just for ourselves, but for other people too. And I think that's a great rallying cry, that actually change is needed. And I'd say to any leader, if that is what they are saying, don't think that they're going to stay around with you if you're going to micromanage them and boss them around, because there is choice. People have the ability to move in their work in such a different way than maybe they did 20, 30, 40 years ago. So, it's in the hands of the leader to create great fellowship, to create that space around them, where people want to be. They want to be in that leader's circle. So, to me, I think the generational piece is interesting. And I'm also interested in, I think that this is true information for everywhere in the world, but, you're in a specific market of India. Do you see this playing out particularly more or less? What do you see in India?
Sure. I know, I agree, Olivia, because leadership now no longer about your impact. It's about the leaders that you have created. So I think the
Mm,
success of the leader will never come by how he led. It will always come by the kind of successors he created and
mm,
how are they doing. So I think boss versus coach is all about coaching, watching people playing their games, watching people doing their best by sitting at the fence, and
mm,
then stepping in and guiding him and giving them that vision. Boss versus coach is no longer about multi micromanaging, multiple layers of reporting, uh, taking feedback as a weapon to screw others. It's all about thinking that what kind of succession I am creating. Will
mm.
that be the leadership style I would like to be seen with the leaders of tomorrow? So I think definitely the book will give a lot of vision, a lot of useful information, and people are free to pick whatever gets them right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we're where are we? We're a month or so away from publication. I'm excited that we have this channel. It's an opportunity to take our audience along the journey with us. So I think maybe over the next few months we could focus on some of the specific chapters as well as other topics that come up, because as we said before, there's so many areas of leadership that we could cover. So I think it'll be fun to get more people on the podcast, get more people involved in the conversations, to challenge our thinking, bring other perspectives, and also to maybe broaden the perspectives that we already have.
No, so that's our promise. That's our promise to the viewers that we are gonna bring much more excitement, much more interesting conversations, and many useful discussions for them. So next few weeks will be full of energy, full of enthusiasm, and full of coaching. So we'll make sure that people learn the right way, people learn the right stuff, and people get the right feel. On that note, I thank everyone, and I look forward to your support to Boss versus Coach. I look forward to you becoming the leaders that we are trying to drive. So do share your stories, your feedback, your suggestions. Reach out to me or Olivia. Let us know what you want to hear from us. If you want to be a part of the show, you are more than welcome. Do let us know and we would invite you as well.
Yeah.
On that note, thank you. Goodbye. Olivia, anything you would like to say as a concluding note?
No, just it's a really exciting journey, and thanks for being my partner in crime in it, Mo. Really having fun.
Absolutely. So take care, guys. See you in the next
See you
podcast.
soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.